What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Back at it once again. A Coast Gift Fun Day, kicking it for you and for yours. And before I get into this, I can give a shout out to my ancestors for giving me the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to do these things, you know what I mean? And also I give a shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying, for doing what y'all do, the liquor ship, you know what I'm saying, just peeping in, trying to see the video, because all we do around here is, all we do is black history, you know what I'm saying? African history, worldwide, baby. You know, I get some people out here to get mad on my page, but it is what it is. They can't see me, whatever. This one right here is from the New York Times. And it says, by a vote of 98 to 0, the Senate approved 25-year extension of the Voting Rights Act. Now, many people don't know that the Voting Rights Act, which is a 1964 right that gave basically blacks the right to vote again, after 100 years, has to be renewed every 10 years, and from that point on, it got renewed every 25 years. We almost at the end of that 25-year period. So, the question is you really a citizen, which fellas dress cock because, they have no laws. The white man has no law. What is the bound of respect, You got to read more on dress cock. We do something on that. So let's go look at it. Is you really a citizen, your right and voting rights got to be voted on every time. You got to ask yourself that. And you're African American, United States. Washington, July 20th. And this came out on July 21st, 2006. So, 25 years from 2006 is 2031. So, there we go. The Senate voted overwhelmingly on Tuesday to extend the landmark Voting Rights Act for another 25 years. As lawmakers of both parties said federal supervision is still required to protect the ability of minorities and the disadvantaged to cast ballots in some regions of the country. Despite the progress of these states in making a full upholding to the right to vote, it is a clear problem still exists, says Senator Barack Obama, Democrat of Illinois. Approval of the marriage was 698 to 0 and came on the day that President Bush made his first presidential visit to the convention of the NAACP, where he promised to sign the bill. So it was a Republican president that also too, that's another, if you go over the history of it, a Republican president keep on signing it in. That's kind of crazy too. The House passed the measure last week after a flurry of rebellion from several Southern lawmakers. Republicans have made the renewal of the law a cornerstone of the party efforts to reach out to minority groups, particularly blacks, and leaders of both parties promised its passage in a rare joint event on the steps of Capitol Hill this year. But progress was slowed by objection from some Republicans in the House that the law unfairly singled out Southern states for special federal oversight when they have eradicated rampant discrimination that has spurred the enactment of the law in 1965. Some Senate Republicans expressed similar sentiments on Thursday, but none of them opposed the measure. Other states with much less impressive minority progress and less impressive minority participation are not covered, while Georgia still is, says Senator Chasby Chambliss. This seems both unfair as well as unwise. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the bill into law after violent attack on civil rights marchers demanding the right to vote. It institutes a nationwide prohibition against voting discrimination based on race and banned poll tax and literacy tests. In a region where discrimination has been especially pronounced, the Justice Department has given the authority to review changes in election procedures like redistricting and to judge if they would be discriminatory. The current legislation retains to the so-called pre-clearance requirements of the 9 states, most of them in the South, are part of 7 others, including Manhattan, Brooklyn, and the Bronx in New York. Another provision opposed by some Republicans required the printing of bilingual ballots in a political jurisdiction that meet the threshold of the percentage of citizens who have difficulty with English. Most Republicans join United and Democrats in pushing ahead, saying that while the Voting Rights Act had produced historic results, it was still warranted. South Carolinians, you have come a long way, said Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican from that state, of which he is one of those covered by the law. But we, just like every other part of the country, still have a long way to go. Civil rights leaders praised the Senate action and called on Mr. Bush to send a strong signal to the Justice Department that the measurement must be strongly enforced. Reverend Jesse Jackson, who watched the Senate debate from the gallery, said that the Bush administration had sided with the voting rights causes and that it had felt left it to the courts to intervene. So far, the Justice Department has favored states' rights over federal enforcement, Mr. Jackson said. We see a pattern. The legislation was named for several civil rights figures: Coretta Scott King, Fannie Lou Hamer, and Rosa Parks. As the Senate voted, Representative John Lewis, Democrat of Georgia, who was beaten in the 1965 Voting Rights March on Montgomery, Alabama, came to the floor, and other lawmakers provided their memories of the era as they spoke in support of the legislation. I recall then President Lyndon Baines Johnson signing the 1965 Act just off the chambers of the Senate, said Senator Edward M. Kennedy, Democrat from Massachusetts, and one of 3 current senators serving when the law was originally passed. We knew that today we had changed the country forever, and indeed we had. And so there you have it. But the point of the whole entire thing is it got to get signed. Bush extended it to sign it for 25 years, and it says that in the article that he extended the sign percentage of it, you know what I'm saying, for 25. But prior to that, it was every 10, you know what I'm saying? Here you go. The Senate voted overwhelmingly on Thursday to extend the Landmark Voting Rights Act for another 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So is you really a citizen if you know every quarter roll, they got to vote on your right to vote? You understand what I'm trying to say? Prior to that, though, it was every 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. It's really, if you do such and such, you can still vote. You know what I'm saying? This should have been squashed a long time ago. But, they can give you that. And they also talk about the difference between civil rights and human rights. Because civil rights, they can give and take it away. A man got to give you civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Another human being got to give you civil rights. Human rights are God-given rights. You know what I'm saying? You got a God-given right to this. You got a God-given right to that. God made the planet for everyone. If you want to believe on that stuff, Anywho, I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know, my ancestors gave me the power and authority, to do what I need to do with the land. Sovereign type shit. Anyway, this is a Coach Skip Fun Day, man, saying see you on the next video. Much love to you and yours. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Show a brother some love. So, hey, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep on with this Black history. Peace.